Hi guys, it's Logan and I'm going to show you guys how I made this little guy and um, what went wrong, what went good. Alright, first off, I'll explain it. My idea was to make something new and different and I kind of just came up with the concept of a robot watching a movie. I don't really know where it came from, but it kind of just popped in my head and I really liked the idea. I was kind of scared to start with Illustrator. Um, Illustrator is basically like Photoshop, but instead of changing pictures, you make a picture. Um, I really was scared to start with Illustrator because I'm scared to start things that are new, but I challenged myself, and when I challenged myself, I became really proud of what I did. All right, guys. Well, first off, I made the couch, and I'll show you guys. I'll start a new project. Okay, so I started off with a blank canvas, and I went over here in the toolbar, and well, here, I'll say this first. I started off trying to use the bamboo splash, which is a little tablet thing and a pen, and it basically turns your mouse into a pencil. Um, I really liked the idea of that, but once I started using it, it was pretty complicated and it kind of lagged a bit, so I didn't really like it. And I saw that you could make pictures with just using shapes, so that's what I did. Um, so I'm going to show you how to make the couch. Alright, so I first started off with the square, and to make the rounded corners on the edges, you select your direct selection tool and click on the angle that you want rounded. Okay, to do this, all you have to do is push this button right here, and it says convert selected anchors to, I don't know what it said. It went away, no. Okay, but you click on that and it makes it rounded. You can change the shape by moving this thing around and adjusting it. And I did the same to both sides. Now I did this over and over again for both the edge handle, like the armrests and the back, and a little bit. I did it for the bottom part too, but it's a little bit more flat than the rest of them. And I just did that by going and changing these little things here. Um, and that's all I did to make the couch. To change the color, you click on the fill and pick any color that you'd like, and there it is. To give it this 3D shape, like back over in this area, you have to go and add an effect to your shape, go to 3D, and extrude in bevel. Let's say that's how it's said. Now, okay, the front of this picture right here, of your 2D picture, will be the front of this blue part on the square. So just keep that in mind so you know where you're moving it. And you can rotate it by changing the numbers or just using your mouse and dragging it where you want it to be. To make, a couch is really thick. That's all I can say. And so to make it thicker than just like a little tiny thin 3D shape, you change the extrude depth from 50 all the way up to like 400. Okay. I kept it solid. There's a way where you can make it 3D and make it hollow, but I kept mine solid because it's a couch. And push OK. And there's your shape. And that's what I did to make all of the couch parts. To make um, the robot's head, it's kind of confusing, and I didn't really enjoy making the robot because each individual piece I had to make, like all these little lines I individually made, which is kind of a pain in the butt. But I'll start off by showing you how I made his face. Okay, right here, if you push your Alt or your Option button on your Mac, you can change the shape. There's star and all them. Go to your circle, or it says oval, but you can make circles. And make your circle. Now, here's the tricky part. It took me a really long time to figure this out because I wanted to make a sphere, but the actual, like, you have to do this special way to make it a sphere instead of just using the circle. Okay, on your eraser tool right here, if you push your Alt button again and click it, it'll take you to the scissors tool. You want to cut your circle in half by pushing this first anchor on the top and the bottom anchor on the bottom. And once you go back to your selection tool, it will have half of it. Delete it and delete that little sliver part right there. So you just have this half circle. So this is your shape now. Now to make it 3D, you'd go back to your 3D, and instead of going to this selection, go to Revolve. And you can change which way it really faces, but I don't really think that matters. Go down here to More Options. And right here you can change where your light source comes in. I really like this because I had him watching a movie, so I put it down on the bottom like he's watching the screen. But if you have, like, if you're making something else and you want your shade right here. Okay, so let's go to Preview. So this is what it looks like when you just push 3D. I don't really like that. So to change this little ball right here that's supposed to be your light source and make it like blend out more, you go to your light intensity and you tone it down some. Maybe that's not right. Blend steps. I'm so sorry. It's blend steps. And where'd it go? There it is. And it blends it out, and you can put it way, way up high. Change this back. Alright, I'm going to scoot this all the way over. And to change your shading color, which means like the color of the ball and the light source, there's none, which doesn't really make sense to me. There's black, and then you can customize yours. I customized mine to make it gray, not weirdo red. You just drag it to the color that you want. That's pretty obvious. There you go. See if it's gonna do it. Why is it doing that little weird thing? Alright, to get rid of this little awkward like shade right here, all you need to do is mess around a while with all of these options right here, and it will blend out and it'll work really, really well. But it just depends on how you want it and how your personal, like, whatever picture you're making. And then you push OK. And I know this shape looks really awkward, but I came out with this shape right here, the round sphere of his face. And with the eyes, it's different. They are circles, but they're not spheres. So I did the same exact thing that I did with the back of the couch back here. I made the circle, went to Effect, 3D, and then instead of making it a sphere, you go back to your extrude bevel, and it'll come and you mess with how thick that you want it, and it came out with this shape, and I really liked it because it does look robotic. This right here, I'm gonna show you how I made the bowl and the cup. Um, Actually, just let me explain this real quick. These are just little individual pieces, so I just copy and pasted a whole bunch of them and arranged them how I wanted them to. So that's not really hard. You just would go to this shape right here and make a whole bunch of those, and that's what I did for that. Okay, so how I made the cup and the bowl is I actually used this shape. Get this out of here because it's ugly. Except I need to push on my selection tool. That's kind of why I had a hard time, is because I'm so used to the mouse just being there, and since it wasn't, it was kind of hard. Alright, so, whoa, okay. I made this shape, and like I did for the circle, we cut it in half, and push on our selection tool, and there's that one piece, and that piece, and get rid of it. Okay, now we'll go to Effect, 3D, Revolve. That was rotate, I apologize. Revolve. Now this is the same thing. You'd mess with all this, you'd change your light source, and I'm not really sure, and like you can change this, which way it's positioned. Push OK. And well, this is weird, but you just like tone it down by going like this, making it small, and adjusting, see that, and that's how I made my cups. Super easy. Everything is super easy. This is my final project. I'm really proud of it. And I guess that's all, folks. Thank you.